Hi y'all, welcome back to Geek Homestead. Today I'm going to show you how I put together a bib with a pacifier on the end of it. It's a simple, quick, fairly easy project to do, and so we'll get started in just a second. Okay, so what I have here is kind of a bib pattern I drew out from one of the bibs that I had before, drew it out and then cut out the bib pattern onto 100% cotton piece of fabric, as well as an old towel. For use this for absorption and for the back side of the bib. So I went ahead and cut the pattern out on both. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that thread there. But I'm going to stitch this at about a 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way around, except for down here at the bottom. I've extended that because I'm going to, after we stitch it, and then I'm going to flip it around so it's stitched with a seam allowance. We're going to add a pacifier to the end. So you've got a pacifier on the end as well as, like a drill bib. So I'm going to stitch all the way around here, around the neck edge, around the outer edge, and then down here, but I'm going to leave the bottom right here open. So that's how I'm going to flip it around. So I will stitch that down and be right back. Okay, now that I've stitched the wrong side of the cotton fabric to the terry cloth, we're going to trim our corners right here. I'm just going to cut off right there so it'll be easy to trim up there. Cut this one off too, and then I'm going to cut a little bit off down here at the end. But as you can see, I left this end open because that's how we're going to turn it around. But first we need to clip our curves too a little bit. So I'm just going to make some notches in here to make it a little bit easier. And actually, in the outer rounded edges, I need to clip some triangles out. So there's like curve here. If you want to put clips through all of it, that is probably not a problem at all. Which is probably what I'm just going to do here all the way around where the bib is going to go around the baby's neck. Okay. Now for the inner neck, also you need to clip. I did about every 1/2 inch around the major curve in the neck of the bib. Over here. Okay. Okay. So now we've made clips around the major corners and then clipped the neck edge. I'm going to turn this around. I just take it at the opening and just start pulling it through. Okay, I've got this turned around now. It was a little difficult getting the whole bib through this little opening, but you can use a pair of scissors or something, maybe not quite so sharp, and use it to go on the inside and help, point the corners and stuff out. So now, next I'm going to fold under the opening about, 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to pin that together so it is an even seam, just like that. And with the edges rolled out, the seams rolled out, I'm going to top stitch all the way around on the edge. Probably be about 1/4 inch off the edge of the bib, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have edge stitched or top stitched the bib together so it's all nice, I've got here 1.5 inches of Velcro, sew-in Velcro. So I'm going to put the soft side on the top of one side here. Put a pin there. And then I'm going to put the rough side on the bottom half, stitch that to the terry cloth, and put a pin there. And then I'll just do a simple straight stitch all the way around both pieces, so that will go together like that. So we'll do that in a minute. But the next thing I'm going to do is down here at the bottom, you've got the pacifier, so I'm going to put it in upside down. I'm going to pull it through a little bit, and then I'm going to fasten it with a snap. So you can easily pull, undo the snap, pull the pacifier off, and this bib is completely washable. You can put it and throw it in the dryer. It's not going to shrink. You know, 100% cotton and terry cloth, so that's not gonna be a bad idea. It'll be real easy to clean, and gives you a drill bib with a pacifier on the end. So let's see, mark that here. Okay, so now I will sew on my snap and Velcro and be right back. Okay, so here we have our bib with the Velcro. I ended up trimming it to a 1-inch piece, as you can see there, and just stitched it just once all the way around with a straight stitch, and did the same here, but I alternated them a little bit. The 1-inch is length is slightly longer than the width of the Velcro, and so when you put it around the baby's neck, I've got the, you know, I inverted them a little bit so they'll actually meet up. You have to go around the neck. And then down here I've got the snaps sewn on. So when you put the pacifier on, it'll go through here, and then it just snaps right there. And there you go. You got the pacifier at the end. So, you know, the baby spits it out, it'll just drop like that. So, this is another project I've got for my baby coming. He's due in November. And so I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.